Welcome back to another episode of the No Name Podcast with your host, me, of course. It's me, Silly Goose, Anthony. Some people call me Ant, some people call me Cassazy, some people call me Tony, some people even call me Tone. You guys can call me whatever you want, and I'm happy you're here, and I'm happy you're listening. I hope you're having a great week, and I hope that you enjoy this episode as much as I do, because I always do. You really have to enjoy what you're doing, and sometimes I don't come across as the most energetic, I guess, but my heart's in the right place. You know that feeling? You have to explain to people that you're like excited because they don't know. They don't know. They don't have any idea. You ever get into that mindset where you just can't believe you have to do something? That's kind of what spring reminds me of. Spring has sprung. You start to think of all the polarizing things you have to do, your to-do list. And I talk about this on a lot of my episodes. Like, you have to go to work today. That's one I always think of. I have to go to work today. It's something I always have to do. And every time I think about it, I think of, wow, this pretty much blows. Like, this is like probably like the worst thing in the world. Like, especially if it takes you away from, like, I love my creative projects, and a lot of people are playing checkers while I'm playing chess. And so sometimes it feels like I'm kind of not here. I kind of feel like I'm not involved. I'd rather be beach chilling and mojito sipping. I can't help that. That's just who I am. But sometimes I find that beach chilling dreams and mojito sipping, maybe you're sangria kind of gal. Maybe you're a Teddy Bruschi kind of guy. I fancy a brew, makes me a little sleepy. I don't enjoy that, but some people swear by it. Some of that can sometimes be replaced with terrible bosses, right? Sometimes it can be replaced with deceptive coworkers, perhaps filled with anxiety and just generalizing a little bit here, but just things that are awful. Even just existing, as vague as it is, can be pretty hard sometimes. And I like to talk about that nitty-gritty shit because I feel like people don't talk about it enough. We all think it, but so few people talk about it. And then people say, Ant, you're so brave, you're so courageous. And that's empowering. And I like that people notice that, but I also want people to really see, oh my God, I can do this. I think that's the bigger picture for me. Some of my favorites can sometimes be paralysis by analysis. That's always a good one. When you just keep going in circles. The bad part is inaction is basically action. And people don't realize that. And your brain becomes attuned to that kind of behavior. And sometimes thinking about it. You don't even realize it. You're not getting to the part of execution, which is where the bread and butter of life is. The doing. And I think with social media, we fall into also the big comparing trap. We always compare. And I see a lot of great creatives all the time and can't help but think, wow, look at what they've done. Look at all that they have. Look at what they've accomplished. How amazing are they? They're so wonderful. It's not just creatives. It's people in the hotel industry. It's people I see in passing. It's people that I go to their businesses and maybe I'm a customer. I see these things. I can't help but notice it, and they're just my observations. And it's daunting at what looking at what other people have and have done. Because sometimes there's such a disparity between all those things versus where you are in life. And I think that's what today's episode is all about, baby. I think that's what it's got to be about. What do you think? Right? Let's sign, seal, deliver it. Let's put a fucking stamp on that little letter. Let's sign it, right? Put no return on address on there because it's not coming back. We're going to the post office. We're shipping it out, shipping off to Boston. So when we get up there, we may even participate in the Boston Tea Party, but we're not going to participate in being mediocre. We're not going to participate in the complacency of paralysis by analysis, and you shouldn't have to. There's no fun in that. What do you gain? It's like everyone around you is headlining Coachella, but like you're still setting up your tent. You don't want to be that person. You don't. I know you don't. So hear me when I say, welcome to another fantastic episode. I'm happy you're here. Let's talk about the big problem here. Egg prices have soared, reaching new highs. Data shows that egg prices have gone up almost quadruple since 2005, up from $1.20 over $5. And that's a big fucking deal. What a hike. If you're feeling the pressure to cook little Johnny his eggies, don't forget Jim Carrey once said, I hope everybody could get rich and famous and have everything that they could ever want and ever dreamt of, just so that they know it's not the answer. That shit touched me. Which just means shut up about the egg prices. Shut up about the gas prices and how expensive everything is, because you're not realizing the cost that is negatively affecting your mental health in the way that you see things just by bitching and being a cynic about things. It's not cool, man. Only I get to be cool about it. I'm on a fucking talk show. It's different. I'm on a talk show. It's different. I have to talk about it. You want to talk about it? Start a talk show. But don't do that shit in passing. Actually, just stop talking altogether. If you got nothing nice to say. My grandma used to say, you got nothing nice to say, don't say nothing. And I believe it. Because when you're focused on nonsense, you get stuck in that nonsense. And you forget that there's things that are actually happening in the world. There's things that are bigger picture, bigger than you, bigger than me, bigger than this. Like the astronauts that were trapped in space for 9 months. Did you hear about that? I can't even believe that those astronauts got stuck in space. And it's crazy because think of all the technology. Think of all the great things we have done with technology. People want to allude to all the problems, but nobody wants to talk about all the opportunities, all the big things that we've accomplished. It's amazing. Excuse me. Pardon me. It's absolutely amazing. You don't think that's a big deal? I think it's a huge deal. If you ever really want to derail somebody's entire day, maybe their week, quite possibly their month, ask them this one simple question. This one simple question. There's no other question that could really derail somebody. Maybe there is. If you can think of one, please drop it in the comments because I want to know what it is. Ask him this one question. I had a gentleman ask me this one day on a fine morning. I was having a fine morning, minding my own business. There was no reason for this kind of fucking problem first thing in the morning. He says, where do you think space ends? Where do I think space ends? If you ask somebody that question, and I'm sorry I had to ask you because I was raised in this kind of household where you're supposed to give away the good and the bad. You can't keep that shit. You know, that's why I think people need to talk about the things that bother them, the things that get them going. If you ask someone that, you can fully expect to get beat up afterwards, and you should. You really should. Dial Johnny Cochran right now because you're going to be facing criminal penalties after that. It's an insane question, but there's big things that are actually happening in the world, and it's tough because we don't really focus on that sometimes because it's not really relative to us, right? Like we're focused on the little things like, oh my God, I hate my boss. I can't be at the beach. I want to be in the Dominican. Why do I want to be in the Dominican? Because it's fun there. I want to be drunk. El Presidente. Uno más cerveza, por favor. Thank you, amigo. Very simple. It's very simple. I think what gets me is the astronauts that were up there, they were up there for so long, their muscles atrophied so badly that they couldn't even move on their own when they got back to Earth. They couldn't. You think you got problems in the morning because your knees fucking crack? You know, like people say, oh, dude, wait till you get older. You know, your body hurts, your back hurts, your ass hurts, your dick hurts, everything fucking hurts, your brain hurts. And I agree, everything does hurt. It sucks here. 30 is not a place you want to get to. And I'm not quite there, so everybody settle down. I still got a few months before I get to 30. But it's true. Because you get so stuck in your own way that you don't see all the things that are going on in the world. In the big picture. We see a lot of the fear-provoking shit. The things that really are meant to get you fucking wound up. And create and invoke a sense of anxiety and uncertainty in your life. That's what gets clicks. That's what gets likes. That's what gets fucking after it. Positive shit, opportunities, the good stuff, the real good stuff, the bread and butter, the things that keep people going in this world are like swept under the rug. And it's crazy because I looked at those astronauts. I thought, wow, they were stuck up in space for nearly a goddamn year. And we're down here bitching about why a fucking dozen eggs cost so much money. It's like, not just that, but like there's also the political side of it. Like we couldn't get those astronauts back home. Come on. Really? I mean, we're landing rockets in a precise coordinates using fucking Bluetooth. The same Bluetooth that is probably in my Honda. Like, you mean to tell me we couldn't get them back? Mark Zuckerberg is basically cooking cakes using his fucking Ray-Ban Meta sunglasses. Elon Musk became so rich that his hair grew back after going bald. And you mean to tell me we couldn't get these astronauts back? We couldn't get them back. How? And we're focused on $20 regular, please. Fill it up. Right? Little Johnny's Eggies. We're focused on Little Johnny's Eggies. I get it. I get it. We see just the bad. We see all the siege of it all. We see all the anarchy. It's all we see. It makes me wonder why that is. And this week I've really been toying with that. Why is it all bad? Why does it always have to be bad? Like I was at a local Starbucks this week. And I'm always at a Starbucks, you know. I'm a Starbucks guy, you know. I'm a Starbucks guy. I can't help it. And, you know, there was a bunch of people that were bent out of shape because their orders were taking forever. And, like, I get that, right? The staff was backed up. They're doing all they can. Like, give them a fucking break, right? And we're just such bastards. We can't even, like, see that. We're just, like, all we can see is what we have and what we know. We are so in our own lane, which is a good thing. But like we don't see the bigger picture, and I think that's kind of problematic. One of the customers literally said, like, because their order was fucked up, said out loud, "I cannot believe you did this to me." Like, what? Another blurted out, "You fucked up my sister's order. What is wrong with you?" People, we're talking about coffee. This isn't revolutionary shit. Eggs, coffee, fucking gas. What is in the stars anymore? Commodities? Is that all that's in the stars? Are we trading spices on the open market? Why are we like this? Everybody settle down. We need to settle down because I got news for you. I don't know who convinced you the world revolves around you, but it doesn't. So give it fucking up. Put your ego aside. Everyone's trapped in their ego these days because everything makes us turn inward. It's your job to turn all that outward and realize that, yeah, it has something to do with you, but you just play a very small role in a bigger game, in a bigger picture. And I think that's even difficult for me to see sometimes. Really. I think that's why it's so important for me to like talk about. Because you don't always have the ability to see what you don't know. You don't know, right? Like, how are you supposed to know? Let the spring has sprung vibes wash over you. You deserve it. Let the spring has sprung vibes wash over you because it's all going to be okay. And on a real note, we need to stop using vibe as our only fucking describing word. We have to stop using just the vibe. Ugh. What's wrong with us? How did we get here? How did we get here? Is this you? Do you use the vibe? I do. I'm guilty. I'm the pot calling the kettle black. I'm fucking using it. Yo, what's the vibe? Yeah? I like the guys I work with. They always say, "Ant, the vibes are good today." I'm like, that's good. We like good vibes. Good vibes are important here. We work in a busy world, and it's nice to know that I work with people that like me enough to share that the vibes are good. And hopefully you work around people that have good vibes too, because on a real note, we need to figure out some other adjectives. So just for you, I compiled a list of a few of my favorites that I'd like to share with you. And just so you know, you could have learned these probably by 4th grade. So if you're just now learning them now, I'm sorry. Some of us, you know, it happens like that. So here we go. What's the vibes is, you know, the standard, right? That's like the gold standard for like, you know, what's going on. And we like that. We don't want it to go away. We just want to use it with some delicacy. I put, what's the rhythm? That's good. You know, I don't know if people are going to understand, but they might get it. Or, how's the scene? How's the scene? That's a good one. I'm going to call my mom later and ask her, hey, how's the scene for the weekend? See what she says. You should do it too. Don't explain it. Just say it. How's the scene? How's the scene with you? Ooh, what's the mood? What's the mood? I like that one. That's got a little pizzazz to it. Makes your blood start pumping, which we need. Midweek updates, beginning of the week updates, going into the weekend updates. What's the mood? What's your mood? Totally off topic, but definitely one of my favorites. For the record, the kids keep saying it. I really do like it. Let them cook. I like that one. I wish I could use it in meetings. Like when someone says, Anthony, I don't know if I agree with you. I should just respond with, well, we should let them cook. Speaking of cooking, I cooked an 80-year-old this weekend at Habitat for Humanity. I couldn't even help it. From the moment I walked in, it was just not good. I'm not proud of it, but you have to stand on ground with the elderly. Call me old school, but I stand on business. She was trying to fight with me over a chair, and I wasn't going to buy it. I just was looking to start an argument, and she was the perfect candidate. She was being Delulu, or maybe I was being Delulu. Who was being Delulu? Speaking of which, have you heard of what Delulu means? Do you know about the Delulu? We're learning a lot of terminology today, so I hope you're fucking taking notes because we may not be able to learn about this stuff again in the future. It's a big deal. It's a big deal. Now that spring has sprung, I hope you know there's so much good to embrace. It's been a wild year for us. It really has. But spring is here. Summer is right around the corner. And I hope you have some plans. I hope you make some plans. I hope you have some stuff to look forward to because you deserve it, champ. No more seasonal depression. I vow today that I am going to let go of the seasonal depression. What in the hell just happened here? I vow to let go of all my seasonal depression. I didn't know I got seasonal depression, but as it turns out, I do. I think we all do. Put on that raggedy Carhartt flannel that you claim is from your great-grandpappy, but we all know you bought at Kmart's last year. At the Kmart, you bought it during their closeout sale. We know about you. It's time to geek, America. Bernie Mac style. Remember Bernie? Bernie Mac is a fucking legend. I was talking to somebody this week about Bernie Mac, and they're like, who is that? And I was like, have you never fucking lived? I mean, really. He used to sit down. He'd sit there in front of the camera during his show and be like, you know, America, that's the problem with these kids. They just touch your shit. They just being dirty. Bernie Mac is great, severely underrated. Rest in peace to the absolute motherfucking GOAT. I love you, Bernie, and thank you for being a part of my inspiration behind today's episode because we really do have to geek out. Bernie Mac style to the nines. You really have to go all in on yourself, and I hope you do that, just that, this week, just like Bernie did. Maybe that means you're rocking a flannel, but hey, it's spring, baby, and you should enjoy it. You should enjoy it to the absolute fullest. Even though this year was the worst and it's been pretty brutal, we could use some nice weather, and I think it's here, and I'm excited that it's here. And thank God it's here because, not going to lie, I'm so over the elections. I'm so over the protests and just the bad attitudes. I tell people in a lot of the things I do for my day job, attitude is everything. Attitude is everything. I can show you how to do anything. I can show you how to do anything in hospitality. I can show you how to write a book. I can show you how to structure a joke. I can show you how to set up lighting, but I cannot show you how to come to work with a good attitude. Can't show you how to wake up in the morning and be in a good mood and have a good outlook on the things that you're dealing with. It doesn't mean it's fun, but it certainly means that you have a positive outlook on it, and you have to. You have to. It's so important. You really, really do. So anybody that's giving you bad vibes, bad moods, bad rhythms, make sure you check their attitude. Say something to them. Yo, man, what the fuck's your problem? Why are you cramping my style? Very simple. Very simple. You don't have to be over the top. But just a little. So thank you for joining me here weekly where we break down the latest and greatest. Anything goes here at the No Name Podcast. And even though I started this podcast as originally a podcast, it feels like it may be turning into a talk show, but I really don't know. Does it fucking matter? Not really. What does matter is no matter how much paralysis by analysis you get, no matter how much you compare yourself to the world around you, no matter how much there's things that get in your way, you just have to get to the execution part of it. You have to get to the part where you are acting very decisively. I'm your host, Anthony, and I hope that you subscribe to my episodes and be a part of this podcast, talk show, or whatever the hell we're calling it. I like to just talk about the things that we need to talk about here. Really. And a lot of my episodes don't really come full circle until the very end. So you have to stay until the end if you really want to understand the big picture. Because there's a lot of jokes and bullshit along the way. Things that are meant to make you enjoy it. But there's always sort of a narrative behind what I'm talking about. Behind my mood. Behind whatever my rhythm is for the day. And I hope you enjoy that. We will be rolling out a portion of the show very soon that I think you're going to love. I really do. I think you're going to love it. I think a lot of people are going to love it. It's new. It's different. It's different even for me. But I want to try it. So more updates on that. Make sure you subscribe, and that way you can, make sure you don't miss it. I know the Trump administration inflated egg prices, guys, but did he really have to inflate the seasonal depression levels? Was that necessary? Was that necessary? I may have talked about this on previous episodes, and I'm going to keep talking about it because, God, it gets me every time. You know who's not depressed? Those people. You know these people. They're usually white people. Sorry. They're in the fucking grocery store. Ugh. They meet at the grocery store, and they have these like little meat cutes in the middle of the grocery store. Maybe it's a ShopRite. Maybe it's a Wegmans. Hell, it could be an Aldi's. If you're balling on a budget, I like me an Aldi's. Doesn't mean the egg prices are any cheaper, but the vibes are nice in the Aldi's. The people just stand there blocking everything. It's crazy. I see it all the time. That's why I always talk about it. I can't get over it because they have these little meat cutes in the middle of the aisle. You're in the middle of the lane. It's like if you were to stop driving on the highway, get out, and want to have a conversation with the car next to you. You can't do that. This is NASCAR. We're in Formula One. We're fucking moving here. Saturday and Sunday, you're going to stop in the middle of the bread aisle to have a conversation about Johnny's fucking test scores? Come on. These people are so happy too, and they're so oblivious. They're so unaware. And they're so awkward. They're just so awkward and unaware. And I think it's great, right? Stop, chit chat, whatever. I do the same. I'm just as guilty. But it sickens me to see how happy and unaware they are. Meanwhile, everybody that's trying to dance around them is like fucking ready to drive over them in their shopping cart. Those people are not depressed about anything. They are not depressed. They just stand there with their arms and legs. Oohing. Ooh, tell me more. Eyeing. Ah, I see. What are your plans this weekend? Ooh, happy little Johnny's doing good. Ah, maybe we should enroll him into baseball. They just stand there. Who are these people? I don't know. When I see people I know at the grocery store, you know what I do? Tell me what you do. What would you do? You see somebody you know. What do you do at the grocery store? Leave me a comment. Tell me what you do because I'm curious. Am I in a land of my own here? Or do I fit in with the rest? Do I fit in? When I see people I know at the grocery store or anywhere in public, really, for that matter, I literally pretend I don't know them. You will not see me flinch in public. I keep a united front. You could be screaming my name a quarter mile through the store, waving, Anthony, Anthony. I will not even bat an eye at you. You do not exist to me. And you may think you're lost, but I think your loss is really my gain, I assure you. Stay out of people's way when they're food shop in America. Public service announcement. Just, get off onto the shoulder. Maybe institute a meet cute section in shopping stores of all kinds, every industry, not just the food store, because that's like feast or famine. You go into a fucking Wegmans on a Saturday afternoon, you're like you're like Tyson going into a boxing match. You need to be ready to win. There is no second guessing. There's no time for meet cutes. We need to keep going, and we got to keep going. So maybe we need to institute some kind of corral to put these people in, sort of like a bullpen. A bullpen could go a long way, I think, at a grocery store. And maybe it's a far-fetched idea, but I think it's worth exploring. I've seen some crazy shit. I don't think this is really that off base, to be honest. Let them stand in the bullpen with their fucking arms and legs and oohs and ahs. I'm riled up about these people at the grocery store. I can't even get over it. Can't they find somewhere else? They don't want to talk when they're not there. Why do they want to talk when they are there? I don't get it. New Yorkers are mourning a great loss this week. New Yorkers are some of the most resilient people ever, but man, they go through the most amount of shit, which I guess is a testament to their resiliency. East Coasters are literally saying farewell to the Metro card. It's going. I wish they could say farewell to the rats and cockroaches that fly directly at your face. That would be really good. If we could pass a bill on that, it'd get my vote. But the Metro card is finally leaving. The MTA, Metropolitan Transportation Authority, says that by 2025, as they end all of the MTA cards, they're gone. They're leaving, and they're going to slowly transition into something else by 2026. I think they're bringing back the tokens. Remember the tokens? Maybe you just got to stand there and just keep jumping the fucking spinny thing and not even think about it. Maybe it's free. Maybe they're going to do what they do like they did with the congestion pricing. They're going to bring it in. Everyone's going to be mad. They're going to get rid of it. Everyone's going to be mad. And then they're going to try to bring it back again. I say don't hate. Let them cook, right? Let them cook. Let them do what they got to do. Like the Bachelor star, Sean Lowe's. Did you see that guy over the weekend? He was going through something, that guy. When his own dog was seen attacking him, a boxer. You can't trust a boxer. Do you own a boxer? You know someone that owns a boxer? Those fucking dogs are nuts. They're not to be trusted. They're not to be trusted. His own dog was attacking him. He's the star from The Bachelor from back in the day. I don't know how long ago, but Sean Lowe, he was a cool dude, He didn't look that cool when he was laying on the ground with like his dog pinning him down, so, whatever. But we can't always get it right. We can only try. He said in an interview his dog actually escaped the backyard and somehow found him. And you could tell in the interview he was like very admittedly surprised. His dog somehow got out of the backyard, got to the front yard, and fucking attacked him. Like, he talked about how the night before the dog attacked him at the park, that the smoke alarm went off and fucked him up at the house too. I'm like, in my head, I'm like, dude, what is going on? You need to get rid of that dog. I'm sorry, but I love my doggies. My doggies are my life, but that's not good, brother. That's not good. Your dog has got a hard on to fuck you over, and that is not good. That's like your ex. You block him on all the social media, Twitter, Instagram, telephone numbers, emails. You block him on everything. But somehow they still end up sending you BLTs via Uber Eats and putting in the delivery instructions. Please call me back and unblock me, baby. That's what it's like. That's what it felt like. And that is not the vibe. That's not the vibe. That's not even the mood, and it's not even the rhythm. It's not good. Nothing good about it. Not good. Everybody say a prayer for Sean because, sorry, Sean. Looks like you've been eliminated. Love is on the brain for a certain Hollywood couple, my personal favorite. And I have to say, they're absolutely adorable. And since we've been talking about all the craziness on today's episode, it's nice to end on a high note. And I hope that we can end on this high note together, you and me. Thank you for always being part of these episodes. It's a fun time for me. I hope it's a fun time for you, no matter if you're listening to me on Spotify or YouTube, or maybe you're just watching one of my little silly clips on Instagram. If you know me, you know that I love creating. I love making shit. It's just my thing, man. It's just my thing. Benny Blanco and Selena Gomez. That's who we're talking about. That's who we're talking about. Uh-huh. I was just thinking of like a Trump impersonation. That's who we're talking. Trump's like, that's who we're talking about. Benny and Selena. They are adorable. Adorable. I've never seen Benny, but I've heard good things. I'm working on it. I love those two, though. And I love that love is in the air, especially since spring is springing and sprunging and all that fun stuff. And hopefully egg prices start coming down soon. No promises. Probably not. They are reminding us what it's like to find true love. And I can't help but notice all of the music that they're creating together. If you don't listen to them, I'm not crazy about a lot of their music. Benny Blanco came out with a couple hits back in the day, I think when he didn't know what he was doing, and now I feel like he kind of maybe deals with a lot of pressure to get it right. He just strikes me as that kind of guy, in my personal opinion, which I don't think is a bad thing. I think it's good that you want to get it right. There's not enough people that want to get it right anymore. They just throw shit at the wall and hope it sticks. Like, I don't know if there's anything creative about that, but as long as you're doing what you love, I think that's the most important part. And he came out with some bangers back in the day, like Dynamite. Remember Dynamite? Put your hands on what's his name? Tayo Cruz. Like that. There were some bangers in there. And I see him and Selena like creating all their album covers and stuff together, and they're just so goddamn happy, and that just makes me happy. And I just want you to know that makes me happy. Because we should get fucking excited about shit like that still. We should feel what it feels like to feel raw, to feel pure, to feel visceral feelings that we should be feeling and embracing and enjoying and running into, yet we're hiding. And we're sucked into ourselves. We think we know it all. We can't even fucking let somebody in. What's wrong with us? I don't know. But I do know that these two are reminding me what it means to have togetherness. To really have some sense of togetherness and to bring it, whether it be intimately or professionally or in a friendly way. To show love is to receive love. And I love that these two are doing that. Don't you? Isn't this amazing? Like peanut butter loves jelly. God damn, it just fucking works. It just works. It's just one of those things that just works so well. Or like Prince Wise likes crab cakes, which is another one of my loves I just discovered today and had to share with you. Prince Wise. This kid had a failing heart at the age of 7. I believe he's 2 years old now. And, not 2 years old. I believe it's 2 years later now. He's 9 years old. And he got a heart transplant. And his family went through a lot of shit. When they found out he got sick. And he was the recipient of a new heart at 7. And fucking Christ, what is happening with my words? What is it, my first day talking? Fucking, dude, turn it on, man. What is it? Like, come on. Come on. But I'm so proud of this little buddy, this little champ. Really, he's been doing some great things, and he's taking the internet by storm as he rolls out new menu items for the restaurant Floor 2 in partnership with the Make-A-Wish Foundation. He's got a real passion for food. More specifically, he's got a real palate for lobster. He just came out with some crab cakes. He created some crab cakes with an executive chef through the Make-A-Wish Foundation, and that's amazing. It's amazing because this little buddy, like, was already failing from the get-go, right? 7 years old. You don't know nothing at 7. You don't know nothing. And his resilience is inspiring. His attitude is top-notch. His tenacity is unmatched. Look him up, Prince Wise. Really, he's got an inspiring story, and I think that we could all learn a thing or two from Prince Wise because just at 9 years old, he's doing the thing that maybe you should be doing, maybe we should be doing, maybe that we could all be doing a little bit better at. There's always room for improvement. We have to be able to get up in the morning and stand on 2 feet, and that's difficult sometimes. That's really fucking hard, even just when everything's going good. Even just when everything's going good. Back to my Jim Carrey quote at the beginning of the episode. I hope you get everything you could ever dreamed of. Dreamt of? Who the fuck knows? I don't know. Correct me. I'm sure somebody on YouTube will say some shit. Just so you realize it's not all that you think it is, right? Just so you know it's not the answer. it's one of those things, right? It's big picture stuff. And I look at Benny and Selena, and they probably get a lot of heat for their relationship, but who cares, right? Who cares? Politics, elections, you name it. Work, your boss, it's always going to be polarizing. But how do you make it a better world to be in? Despite all the grievance, there's always going to be grievance. You can't be a part of that shit. And it got me thinking a lot this week. We see all these problems. We see all of these problems. We see so many problems. We're plagued by problems. And even when everything's going good for us, all we see is all the shit that is a problem. But what if instead of looking at all these things as a problem, we look at them as a possibility? A possibility to try differently or to innovate differently or to rise up off the canvas when we feel we've failed, because maybe the problem is we've given up, but the possibility is we can try again. Isn't that amazing? Isn't that amazing? Is it a quandary? One of my favorite words. Is it a quandary or is it an opportunity? Is it an opportunity to learn, to try again, to again get up and do the thing? You need to get out there this week. You have to get out of your own skin and into the world. You have to shake hands. You have to speak your piece. You have to let the world know you mean fucking business and you stand on fucking business. Don't lay down and wave your white flag. Grab the bull by the horns. Or in this case, grab the hypothetical meet cutes taking place at your local grocery store that are driving you nuts. Maybe it's the PDAs in public you can't get enough of. Let the people know that you're here and you come to play. Let them know you're here to fucking be a part of this. Get your mind right this week. Get your mind right. I hope this episode taught you that there is a lot of problems, but there's a lot of possibilities. And maybe you may find yourself in a quandary a time or two, but just know it's an opportunity to try again and have fun. Have fucking fun. Everyone's so miserable anymore. Thank you so much for joining me on today's episode. I hope you loved it as much as I did. I know it was action-packed. Please make sure you subscribe and follow me on Instagram because we're only just going to be getting some more momentum here. I'm hoping to roll out some really awesome parts of the podcast in the coming weeks, and I hope that we get to share it together. Thank you for being here with me and watching my antics. I'm Anthony, and until next time, peace out.